because it was the courteous thing to do, considering the alternative.
Well, a childish moment from the Speaker of the House, a rejected handshake. There was chanting, audible groans, all while the president spoke of a booming economy and America's great comeback. Now, the political divisions took center stage last night. Joining me now to discuss, Republican Congressman Roger Williams of Texas. Congressman, let's start with Nancy Pelosi and, you know, what happened at the end of the speech.
Well, it's pretty unbelievable. I mean, the fact that she would tear a government document up and destroy it like that in itself is just wrong. But, you know, I mean, look, President Trump has done such great things for our economy and for our country, and the other side is just can't come to those terms. And I think we hit a new low with what she did last night with that speech to not only his face, but to America's face.
You know, the body language, you know, I joked earlier, I thought someone on the Democratic side broke out a hibachi and started grilling, or, you know, I saw a couple of them playing bingo. I mean, it was like pure disrespect. Now, it's one thing to say I'm not going to clap, I don't agree with you. Have we descended into something that we should all be concerned about?
Oh, I think so. I mean, the idea of we can agree to disagree is history up here in Washington. And that whole evening last night was driven on their side totally by anger. The president actually had some bipartisan ideas he put forward. But look, the Democrats just can't believe he won this election 3 years ago. We got another one coming up. And what we saw last night is was just wrong. When you can't stand for a soldier, when you can't stand for a young man who wants to go in the Space Force, you can't stand for a great American like Rush Limbaugh, who you may not agree with politically, but who's facing a great challenge. We need to support him. It goes on and on and on about a premature baby that's going to have a wonderful life. If you can't stand for this, I don't know what we've come to.
I was really shocked with the Tuskegee Airmen. I mean, just yeah. I couldn't hold back the tears. I mean, I actually there were a few tear jerkers the whole night, and they all made me feel proud to be an American without anything to do with politics. I do want to move toward the Senate. They're voting and likely to acquit President Trump this afternoon, which will put an end to the impeachment stuff. But, you know, I think it's definitely helping your side of the aisle. In fact, there's a new Gallup poll that shows that more than half the country now view the GOP favorably. That's up from just 43% in September. There's got to be a connection there.
Well, there is. And look, people are tired of this theater. And he's going to be acquitted here shortly. We need to move on, and you've talked about it yourself. What about infrastructure? What about making tax cuts permanent? What about continuing to strengthen our military? What about energy independence? All these things we need to be talking about. I got a school security bill that's been buried under the impeachment that's bipartisan that we could get done. We've got to move on from this, and I hope somehow the Democrats can find a way to do that and find some bipartisan legislation we can pass and do what we're supposed to do up here.
Right. That same Gallup poll, by the way, shows an 87-point gap between Democratic and Republican approval for the president. There's never been anything like that in this country. Is there any chance? You know, you must talk privately of the two parties at least agreeing to some form of civility and trying to fix that.
Well, that's a great question. I'm a businessman. As you know, I own auto dealerships. I'm used to making deals. But I don't know, Charles. I mean, up here, I've never seen it like this before. And I've got a lot of friends on the other side. I respect them a lot. But we need to come together. It's all about America. It's not about us. It's not about an individual. It's about moving America forward, yeah, which we have a chance to do with things like infrastructure.
Congressman, thank you very much. Always appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.